It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. We got some Token and Ren. This is a collaboration that I've been waiting for a minute now. It's called What Does Your Love Look Like? I was gonna wait because tonight I'm actually going to check out the entire album on my live stream. If anybody is interested, twitch.tv/DuaneTV. I'll probably be live shortly after this actually goes up for you guys, or well, it's up. Either way, I'm going to try to get the whole VOD up to YouTube, which shouldn't be a problem now that it looks like Token has a way for you to submit if you're having any issues with copyright claims or blocks. So it should be up. I don't know if it'll be tonight, tomorrow, the next day, but we will get it up sooner than later. So if you can't make the live stream, I still got you. But I wanted to dive into this because I'm getting a bunch of DMs from people saying like, yo, this shit is hot. Like, I want to see your reaction right away, yada, yada, yada. And I know they have a music video coming for it, which we will also check out when it drops. But I figured for right now, we'll just dive into this. It also gives me a way to promote the live stream where we're going to check out the whole album. So come through, but let's see what this is all about. I already know it's going to be fire because these are two of my favorite artists to react to by far. So let's find out.
For you, but I'm just
hold up.
I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be. You try to change me, I try to change you. We never change, do we? What does your love look like? What does your love look like?
Bro, I feel that in my soul.
What does your love look like? What does your love look like? As much as I do want to love you, I feel like we're speaking two different languages. Your house had a gate and mine had instigated, so that's the environment we feel safer when you thought.
Whew. Bro, why is Token so nice, bro? It almost makes me angry. Like, just, first of all, this beat is fire. I'm very curious to see where this beat goes, but he always has, like, the perfect pocket, and his writing is just so on point. Like, immediately you're just engaged with everything he's saying.
Love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? As much as I do want to love you, I feel like we're speaking two different languages. Your house had a gate and mine had instigated, so that's the environment we feel safer. And you thought it was crazy how long that it took me to tell you I love you, like that was the weirdest. I only heard dad say I love you with mom in the room when he went back to singing his lyrics. So how could you blame me, cause you always choose to. You always choose to. You wanna know where I be at all the time, but that's not what I'm used to. Not what I'm used to. You knew where your dad was at work or he's home when he's taking the load up. Taking the load up. I didn't know where until 1:24 the day I got that phone call. And I let the phone drop. I'm trying to be my best to be a gentleman. I'm trying to.
Yo, I want to, bro. I want to just play this whole thing over and over. Like, it's not even one specific bar that I want to stop and like talk about. It's just the whole collection of shit that he's saying. Oh, I like this. This might be one of my favorite Token tracks so far. And we just got started on it. But the vibe of, like, the mix of the feel of it. Like, I'm loving the beat. I love the pocket he's rapping in. I like what he's saying. I like the topic. I feel like Ren is definitely gonna kill it. You know, so I ain't even questioning that. I'm already on board.
Mom in the room when he went back to singing his lyrics. So
I like that too. The whole, like, why did it take me so long to say I love you? Well, this was my experience, right? A lot of times people don't really think about that. Like, what experience you had growing up with your own family, the people around you, and so on and so forth. That's gonna kind of model the way that you go about shit in your life. And people don't always think of it that way. They might just be like, well, you're taking so long to say I love it. It's because you're just using me, or you're this, or you're that, or you don't really care about me. It's like, no, like, hey, listen, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, no offense, but I'm just using that term because it's the way I would think about it. Is like, I've been through shit, man. Like, life has made me who I am, and I'm doing my best. But, like, I'm not gonna fit the mold of what you expect all the time.
So that's the environment we feel safer. And you thought it was crazy how long that it took me to tell you I love you, like that was the weirdest. I only heard dad say I love you with mom in the room when he went back to singing his lyrics. So how could you blame me, cause you always choose to. You always choose to. You wanna know where I be at all the time, but that's not what I'm used to. Not what I'm used to. You knew where your dad was at work or he's home when he's taking the load up. Taking the load up. I didn't know where until 1:24 the day I got that phone call. And I let the phone drop. I'm trying to be my best to be a gentleman. I'm trying to learn. I never had the chance. I still look to my manager, but he gon' teach me how to be a rapper before a good man. I grew up afraid to find a letter on mama's dresser telling us goodbye. I'm used to it all, so you don't gotta hold back and cry. But I gotta tell you why I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be.
Yo, this shit is
raw.
raw.
I try to change you. We never change, do we? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like?
And I really like the hook as well. Like, that shit goes so hard. Like, I try to change you, you try to change me, but we both never change, do we? Like, that is such a real thing, and it's crazy, right? Because you think if you get into a relationship with someone, you shouldn't necessarily try changing them. But there are little things that you feel like can maybe improve them, but they might feel like there's things that can improve you. And next thing you know, you both trying to change each other. And that shit can get toxic. You got to be careful with that.
What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like?
I'm not right for you, but I won't get up and leave. Cause I hate the pain that is colour my veins, that is present in solitary. What did your love look like?
Ooh, the way he came in on this too. First of all, I like the layering, but also him saying basically like, I'm not leaving you, even though I probably should, because I don't like the way that I feel when I'm in solitary. There are people that will stay in relationships just because they feel like as much as the relationship maybe isn't doing what it needs to for them or the other person, it's better than being in solitary. It's better than being alone and stuck with your own thoughts, which are the scariest thing for some people. Being with that person it's toxic and all that, at least there's something there. There's space that's being filled. You know what I'm saying? There's a distraction there. As toxic as it might be, and as much as that's not good for you, a lot of people will see that as better than being by themselves because they feel like their brain is even worse. It's like they themselves are their own worst enemy. You got to be careful. I dated somebody like that, where it was like the moment that she was alone, she's calling me, she wants to be together, like she can't be by herself. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I am someone who really likes my alone time. I like to unwind, decompress. So to have somebody that never wanted that, it did not work. This was like a decade ago, but no, like that shit, looking back in hindsight, it's like right away I should have knew, like, this shit is not healthy because this is not how I operate.
I'm not right for you, but I won't get up and leave. Cause I hate the pain that is colour my veins, that is present in solitary. What did your love look like? Does it look black and white? Is it your kryptonite? Do all your demons get louder at night and the voices get softened when we're intertwined? I've been going to therapy lately, cause the cause and the fact made me hate the way that I feel when the loving gets real. Cause I just wanna run and escape the pressure that paints me. Pressure of safety, pressures of promises that turn to maybes. Pressure of bravely moving in the same direction. The pressure been driving me crazy. So my therapist said that these wounds that I kept were created when I'm
Bro, this is the most perfect. This collab needed to happen. This collab needed to happen. When great minds come together, they just create more greatness.
hate the way that I feel when the loving gets real. Cause I just wanna run and escape the pressure that paints me. Pressure of safety, pressures of promises that turn to me.
The way that he has that pressure. Like, that just adds so much.
I just wanna run and escape the pressure that paints me. Pressure of safety, pressures of promises that turn to maybes. Pressure of bravely moving in the same direction. The pressure been driving me crazy. So
I feel you.
Said that these wounds that I kept were created when I was a kid. And just like that, all my thoughts raced back to a Welsh town, 96. My mother was crying, my father was screaming and shouting, denying the sin of deceiving and cheating and lying. The weeds are uprooted, the garden is dying, but still she forgives. This cycle repeats. Every night I try to sleep, hearing the screams through concrete, mothering peace, a vision of love, a lesson that fused with the cells in my blood, a lesson that taught me that love ain't enough and that love can be porcelain when times get tough. Flash forward 5 years later, sitting in the passenger seat of my dad's car with my maker. My dad looked shaken, turned to face him. The words that he spoke cutthroat like razor. He said, Ren, sometimes love can be complicated, navigating a world that we co-created. And I've made mistakes, but I will love you daily. And just like that, it's just me and my mum and my sis. The stress left mum disabled for a bit. I grew up.
See, here's what's interesting to me, because what he's saying, this is such a real experience. I feel like it was more of a real experience in the past for, like, maybe my generation, a generation before mine, like a lot of older generations, honestly, because at one point, like, marriage was more sacred. It still is nowadays, and people will still stick together and be together forever. But I feel like there was a period of time, especially when women didn't have the ability to really earn for themselves like they do now, where people just kind of stuck in relationships. You got married, you said you love each other, you said this is forever. 5-10 years down the road, you guys absolutely do not like each other. You do not get along. It's toxic, but you're so used to each other. You're used to the company. It's less of a love and more of, like, what was it that I used before? Familiarity. Like, it's like a habit. Like, you get used to seeing somebody, and even though you don't really have those feelings for them anymore, you think that you do because you're so used to them being a part of your life. Like, they are literally an integral piece of every day. You wake up, you see them, you come home, you see them, you eat dinner together, you go grocery shopping, you do all this stuff. Whether you're liking each other or not, it's a person. I can't, like, there's another way I wanted to say it, but I can't think of it. But regardless, like, you kind of just get stuck in that routine. And back then, it was like, yo, if you love each other, you stick it out. No matter how hard it gets, no matter what happens, no matter what we go through, we said that we're going to do this together for life, and we're going to stick together. And I think that as much as that sounds beautiful on paper, and people really believe, like, yo, we'll work through anything because love beats all, love conquers all, it's just not true. There are some people that just do not belong together. And so when you get to that point and you don't have that connection with the other person, but you continue to try to make it work because you have that same belief that you saw your parents have and their parents before them, where it was like, yeah, we had rough times. This and this happened. We've been through it all. This is light work. I promise you, like, your dad cheated on me once before and I went and did this and da-da-da-da, but we worked it out and we're still together. So you guys can do it too. Like, people will they would put that on you. You know what I'm saying? And so you would feel like that was how it was meant to be. But little do you know, you're going through your life miserable in this toxic relationship that in all reality is not good for the kid. Like, you might claim you're staying together because you promised each other you have a kid together. It's for the kid's sake. But little do you know, you're actually altering the way that that kid perceives life because they're watching you two, who genuinely don't really like each other, almost pretend and continue to put up this facade for a reason that they can't understand as a kid because it doesn't make any sense. It's like, if you don't like someone, like if they don't get along with a friend or say like a girl or something and they're going through school, you tell them that they should separate from them. But yet they're watching you guys do the exact opposite. And so it's like, it's kind of like a mind F. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to swear so they don't flag me, but it's just hard. It's like, I could make a whole video talking about this, but I think that there's just so much shit like that it really affects kids and how they approach things in life going forward in their own relationships, that a lot of people don't even realize it. They think that they did the right thing by sticking together for their kid. But in all reality, you guys being apart and being happy and positive would have probably been a better outcome, honestly, as long as you both co-parented right.
The fuse with the cells in my blood. A lesson that taught me that love ain't enough and that love can be porcelain when times get tough. Flash forward 5 years later, sitting in the passenger seat of my dad's car with my maker. My dad looked shaken, turned to face him. The words that he spoke cutthroat like razor. He said, Ren, sometimes love can be complicated, navigating a world that we co-created. And I've made mistakes, but I will love you daily. And just like that, it's just me and my mum and my sis. The stress left mum disabled for a bit. I grew up fast then, cause I gotta be a new Ren, strong for my...
See, now in that situation, and I don't mean, because I can't speak on Ren's because I don't know his parents, but it just made me think of that conversation. But in his situation, it sounds like he's sitting there, he said, with his father and his maker. So I'm assuming he met his mom and his dad sat him down, or they were in the car together and they explained to him, you know, hey, I'm always going to love you, Ren. This is what the father said, but, you know, love is complicated, so on and so forth. And that was his way of explaining to his son before he left. But then he says that the stress had his mom basically disabled for a while. And so there are downfalls to it as well, because you can go through a lot of emotional shit when you have a breakup like that. And even if she knows it was for the best and they kind of fell out of love, again, she was very familiar with his father being there. They had spent however many years of their life together. They created a child together, or multiple children together. And now for that person to leave, it takes time to adjust. It's so easy to fall back into the routine because that's what you're used to, but it's not necessarily what you need. And that's where relationships, when they become long-term and you end up having to break off and you know it's not right for you, it's hard to do because you become so used to a person that it's less about love and more about just, you know what I mean? Like, I have a word for it, but I can't think of it. Oh my God, it's going to drive me crazy. But yeah, you know, you guys know what I'm saying though. It's just like, you can't go based off of the fact that it's just what you're used to. Go off of what is necessary.
And I've made mistakes, but I will love you daily. And just like that, it's just me and my mum and my sis. The stress left mum disabled for a bit. I grew up fast then, cause I gotta be a new Ren, strong for my sis and my mum at a loose end. Confused but moving through the confusion. My raw new love feels fake like What does your love look like? Does it tear your inside? Does it keep you up at night? My brother. Does it make you feel like a fist in your windpipe? Suffocate the feeling of what love's meant to feel like. Navigating through, but I'm still not quite right. One night stand, make the pain stop one night. One more heart to the blade of my cold night. What does your love look like?
What does your love look like? And then in Ren's situation, and I apologize, bro, this is a lot of talking. I apologize. People probably already clicked off of it. But in Ren's situation, it sounds, I just want to make sure I make this clear, because everything I said kind of almost sounded like it went against what Ren's verse was really about, which at the time I didn't consider till I heard the rest of his verse. But he talks about how his father leaving made him step up to be the man of the house and have to take on a lot more responsibility. And so in that sense, that also could put more stress on you as a kid. So there's benefits and downfalls to every situation, whether they stay together and it's not healthy for them and they're not in love anymore, or if they split and it's for the best. There's always going to be some kind of shake up for the child regardless. You know what I'm saying? So it's really tough to gauge on what the right decision is going to be in that situation. It's like an addiction. You get addicted to the other person, and leaving them, regardless of the fact that it's what you need to do, is going to come with withdrawals. Literally.
You realize how hard that I work and you told me you feel for me. If I lost all my motivation tomorrow, would you still love me?
Woo.
It's easy to love when I'm up, when I'm down, and you leaving.
Facts.
You can't even give me an answer cause you never seen it, and that's why it's hard to believe it. If you need help but I'm too far away, is it over for you? Maybe I'm just not the person for you, even though I still could be the soul for you. Maybe we are meant to be together, but our history got in the way. Your trust issues, my fear issues, too many issues at play. You yell fast, I get quiet, you wanna see more passion. I've seen what real yelling can lead to, so no, I don't have it. I grew up afraid to see holes in a wall in a room that was locked from inside. I promise I'm used to it all. You don't gotta ever hold back and cry, but I gotta tell you why I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be.
Bro, this shit is, I rock with
Me,
this.
I try to change you, we never change, do we?
This is so relatable.
What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like?
Everybody's is a little bit different. I apologize. Yo, I talked so much through this video. It's like 16 minutes long. I already know people clicked off by now. If by chance you're still here, put a coconut in your response if you do leave a comment down below, just to let me know that you made it this far, because I talked a lot. And I have to appreciate you for that. So I just want to make sure I know who it is I got to appreciate. But yeah, this shit hits so hard. And, you know, there's so many ways of looking at it, whether someone should split, whether they shouldn't split, how it affects the kid if they stay together and they're toxic, or if they split and it's probably for the best, but yet it's still going to affect the kid because they're seeing their parents split. They're too young to fully understand what's actually even happening. And then also as a male child, you might feel the need to step up and take on the responsibilities of the father because, you know, you want to be there for your mother, your sister, your family. And so that could leave its own stress in itself. Like, there's so many different angles and ways of looking at it. It's just, life is so diverse. It's crazy. But what I was looking to say when I was talking about relationships that get toxic, but people don't necessarily want to leave them, is one was, yes, in the past, marriages, stuff like that, people were like made to believe that this is how it should be, and love will get you through it. And yeah, you're hitting a rough point, and you guys argue all the time, and he cheated on you, and this, that, and the third, but if you guys pray together and you do all the right things, you can get back to where you were. And I don't feel like that's true necessarily. Like, there's a certain point at which people's their switch has flipped, and at that point you might still care for this person and even love them and don't want anything bad to happen to them, but that love that comes from a relationship is just not there. And it's hard to see that because you become so used to that person that they literally become your addiction. And so you're familiar with them being there every day, with the arguments, with the conversations, with them taking up their space in the house and all these other things. And to get rid of them, even though in the long run it's what's best for you, it's hard to do. No different than it's hard to suddenly quit doing a drug that you constantly are seeking. It's just not easy to do. And so it becomes very tricky to navigate if it's the right thing, if it's not the right thing, so on and so forth. And it's always going to be that way. There's no way. There's no answer that says, well, here's how to figure it out easier. Here's how to navigate this thing in life. You just got to fucking just do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just figure it out. But shout out to them. We'll definitely check out the music video when it drops. And thankfully, you know, we wanted to talk as much because I'll get most of my talking out now. Tonight, we'll be doing out the music reaction to the album. I probably won't be talking as much as I am right now because we have a lot of songs to get through. But I'll probably listen through a song, maybe stop a few times if there's something absolutely crazy that stands out where I'm like, yo, I have to say something right now. But for the most part, I'll probably just let them cook. And we'll talk at the end of the songs, talk about what I liked, what I felt, you know, what thoughts it gave me, so on and so forth. But hopefully I'll see some of you guys. If not, I will try to get it up on YouTube as soon as possible. So I appreciate you. Take it easy. Stay safe. I will catch you in the next one, homies.